Hello, and welcome back to Uncontrolled Content. Today I'm joined by my co-hosts Chet and Cameron.
Hello.
Yo.
Now, today, Chet, Cameron, I have a question for you. What's your favorite video game?
Hold on, let me go look real quick.
That's a good one.
I'm currently playing on my phone right now on my PS5, so I can go quickly look.
SSBU.
Smash Bros?
Yeah.
I gotta say,
Okay.
either Titanfall 2 or The Last of Us Remastered. Oh, I know God of War Ragnarok's up there too. I really can't shoot Dying Light, no. It's one of those ones that I just listed.
I would probably
But
have
you're
to
not
say,
certain?
for myself, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh yeah, Red Dead's up there too.
Yep.
I forget about Red Dead constantly.
Yeah.
Despite
And then
the
it
fact
comes
that
back, and
it's
it
such
hits
a
you.
good game. Yeah.
Now, what is the thing that makes that your favorite game? What specifically?
Just all the fun video game characters from like everything fighting each other. I don't know. I suppose that's it.
So you like the crossover part, the crossover aspect of it, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty big draw right there.
Okay. Chet.
It's also just fun to play.
I gotta say, personally, I gotta just say, like, the story of the game. Because, like, if you played Last of Us, you know how good of a story that game has.
For me,
I
I'd probably have to
haven't.
say the story, too, with Red Dead, that's kind of almost the whole thing. But also
Oh, yeah.
the amount of detail in Red Dead, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's just a beautiful game with, like,
It's
a lot of
beautiful
stuff
game
going on.
to look at.
Yeah. It's amazing to look at. It's amazing to just watch as well. Because, like, if you just, like, stay there and do nothing, you'll realize that a lot of stuff just goes on.
Yep. Like, it's not like other games where it's, like, people mindlessly walking back and forth. Like, there's things happening around you.
Yeah, people, like, actually have, like, lives in that game and stuff.
Yeah, you can follow someone around, see them go throughout their day, see them interact with other people. Each NPC has a plot.
Oh, that actually sounds really cool.
Have you not played Red Dead?
No, I have not.
You think this man has something powerful enough to run Red Dead on?
I shouldn't have assumed.
I'm
Yeah,
poor.
this is Cameron
sorry.
we're talking about.
This is.
I'm poor. Sorry. Apologies for my poverty.
Apologies, my lord.
Yay. I couldn't pay for anything.
Apologies, good sir. But my family is too poor to run Red Dead Redemption 2.
Please don't repossess our house for this.
Now, why am I asking you this?
Okay.
I
don't
have
know.
no idea.
Exactly.
I don't know.
That's why I'm asking the
Wow.
questions. We're
This
here
is
today.
such a crazy topic.
We're here today to craft the perfect game.
Ah, I see.
We're gonna
Okay.
Frankenstein the perfect game based on every other one of our favorite games. Pull each great bit from those, pull them together into one stitched up, mishmashed masterpiece.
All right. So, I guess we just first left off, like, what are the best attributes of the best games, and then try to go from there, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
All right. So, let me think.
Let's take from what we have so far. It needs a good plot, right?
Yeah, good plot.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. Cameron,
Yeah.
you want like crossover stuff?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But also, I really like multiplayer stuff. I prefer to play
Multiplayer.
with someone else. Yeah,
Okay, so we need
I suppose.
the plot of Red Dead and Last of Us, ignoring the online multiplayer of Red Dead.
It'll have to
We
be
don't talk
like,
about that one.
We don't. We push that aside.
yeah, maybe not online multiplayer. Just I don't know, two people on the same console or whatever.
So kind
Something
of
like
like,
that.
Kind of
have you seen what's it called? It Takes Two.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I played that game.
Yeah.
The
Have you
game
seen
called
that,
It
Cameron?
Takes Two? No, I don't think I have.
Of course.
I don't
yeah.
know nothing. I'm too poor, guys.
So basically, It Takes Two is a co-op. I don't really know if you can call it split screen. Okay, it's a co-op game where two people are required to do everything. Like, it's incredibly teamwork focused. I actually have the game.
hmm
And so basically, yeah, you both take control of one character or another, and only one character at certain times can do one thing, while the other one can only do certain things, and you need to work together with the other person to do it. And the storyline is basically like a couple going through a divorce, more or less. So then they're turned into like wooden dolls or whatever in order to like fix their marriage through like a bunch of different lessons and whatnot from a Spanish book.
But functionally, it's like Fireboy and Water Girl.
Somewhat, yeah.
Also, Chet, I just had
that ain't a
another
bad
idea
comparison.
for the perfect game.
What?
We need that book, or at least some version, some character to play the role of that book in the game.
I mean,
Oh, you know what else we need? Like one of my probably my second favorite game would be Hollow Knight. You'll need like a lot of tools and abilities available to each player, but like could also be customized a bit.
Yeah, that would work with the co-op aspect.
Sure would.
Hollow Knight is pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie.
It's crazy good.
Okay, so what should we like list out? Like how we want the game formed? Like, do we want it first person, third person? Do we want it like story driven, multiplayer? Like, how are we thinking here?
What it looks like so far, I'm not so sure about first person or third person, but what it's looking like so
Maybe-
far is a like
A 2D
maybe not
platformer.
exactly two player, but like a small group co-op game that's story focused, or a story is a big aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it being a 2D platformer. I've always been very fond of that style of game.
Personally,
I
I
kinda-
feel like Subnautica multiplayer. That's like
Ooh.
my ideal video game. Like literally just that. Like you can throw like all this fancy stuff. I just want like multiplayer Subnautica or something like that. Like a general like survival exploration game with friends
So kinda
that
like The
isn't the
Forest.
forest.
Oh,
Yeah, but not the forest because I don't like the way the forest does it.
Kind
It
of
might
like
sound
Don't
weird.
Starve
I just
Together.
don't like it. Because the way that the forest does it is a bit janky. Because you can tell like the forest was made for more or less one person.
yeah.
The multiplayer just feels slapped on, but I feel like Subnautica could do multiplayer really well. Despite the fact that it would kind of mess with the whole isolation part of the game.
hmm
I just feel like it would be a really fun thing to tack on. Because I think they could do it better than the way that the forest did it.
Yeah. Well, because Subnautica, a lot of the things are like events happening around instead of like a personal thing happening just to your character.
Yeah. So like something like that I feel like would be a great
Okay.
pick.
So a
What would we
co-op
call this game?
survival like game in the way that Subnautica would have pulled it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would we call this game? What's like the genre now?
Well, I guess
mean,
it's
like,
a
the
survival.
theme of the
It'd be
story.
co-op survival.
Yeah.
I mean, like the theme of the story, because it's got to have like a big story going on too.
That's true.
Subnautica's story wasn't really a story, as it was more just like the focus of the player to like drive them.
Mm-hmm. Do we want?
Because if you
like
played,
do we want like a Red Dead story though?
maybe. I just feel like we're throwing a bunch of things into the air right now.
That's
Suppose.
That's the point. Yeah, we throw a bunch of stuff, see what sticks. Take a few things down, pick up a few things, put them back on the wall.
Yeah. Be pretty cool if it was like pirate themed. Some story of like, I don't know, pirate.
Okay, so now you're in the Sea of Thieves.
thing.
No, that's not Sea of
Maybe.
Thieves. That is Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
What, pirates? Oh, Black Flag. I
Pirates
see.
with story.
Yeah.
That is
I've
just
never-
Black Flag.
We know you've never heard of it.
I've never played it. I know of like the Assassin's Creed bit.
I've only ever played it. I can't even say I've played it really. I've just had it at one point because like I tried to play it. It's just Assassin's Creed has never clicked for me, so I gotta say definitely not a game like Assassin's Creed if I'm gonna do anything like that.
So,
God, there are just so many good
Yeah.
genres to pull from.
there sure is. Maybe it'll have like various modes, so then like you could have each of the different awesome genres within the game, and you can like pick and choose the thing you want to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we should focus more like on one specific thing and try to like branch out. Because I feel like games that try to branch out never really do it right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I like the synchronous.
So
Hmm.
I think if we do it like survival, I think we should limit it to single player because I swear survival games just feel so much better if you're by yourself.
I don't know.
Well,
I kind of
yeah.
prefer multiplayer survival.
Okay, yeah, multiplayer survival's fun, but it's more goofy than fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are we going for a serious type of game?
Maybe we should decide that after we've come up with the game itself. I
Probably.
don't know. I'm not so fond of like the solo survivor thing, but honestly, like Survivor in general never really was that big for me. I thought like more like adventure kind of thing was cooler. Adventure
Yeah.
and combat. Yeah.
Except an adventure and combat. I swear that is a genre that I know, but I can't just remember off the top of my head right now.
Subspace
Okay.
Emissary of SS of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Yeah. Adventure and combat right there. That's it.
That is, I will say Subspace Emissary is a pretty good one, but just
It is super awesome.
I wasn't expecting Brawl. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, not like Brawl in general, but like the idea of the Subspace Emissary, because that was well done.
Oh yeah, I remember when that's like Brawl was the first ever Smash game that I've played.
Yeah, same here.
Same.
I don't know why so many people started out with that.
Well,
'Cause it was
it's
on
the
the
Wii. It's pretty easy
Yeah, the
access.
Wii.
Yep.
That Wii.
Is Dowie or the us over in Russia?
That's a communism joke.
It sure is.
Hmm.
I wonder why I made the
Yeah, this
communism
is not the easiest start. I'm not gonna lie, HK.
joke.
It's like we can't even agree on a genre, really.
I've burned
That's
the
true.
challenge.
I guess we
Or
all
we're
got
just
too many
suddenly
different.
a challenge podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah, welcome back to the new Challenge Uncontrollable Content podcast, where I give Chet and Cameron an impossible task and watch them struggle.
That's
That actually
right.
sounds
I
pretty
put them
awesome.
into fisticuffs. Now they'll have to duke it out in order to gain their freedom.
Be afraid. I took Taekwondo when I was little.
I'm pretty sure that's like a universal thing.
Yeah.
Like every kid just took Taekwondo at some point inside their life, not because They chose to, but because their parents told them to.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes. That's a well-known trope for Americans, actually.
Yeah, why is that such a popular thing people to make their kids do? It's just Taekwondo.
Yeah.
Oh, for the most part, people like the idea of being able to defend themselves from attackers without necessarily having a weapon.
But it's like a 6-year-old.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
want
and
their
also,
6-year-old to be able
There's
to
other
not
forms
die.
of martial arts. That's the thing.
That's true. Well, a lot of
Like,
people are going to
there's-
like karate and stuff, right?
Yeah, like karate and stuff. Like, why not just take
Stuff.
karate? Taekwondo is mostly, what, kicking, if I remember?
Yeah, it's almost entirely kicking. Occasionally,
Yeah.
you'll do like a chop or a back fist, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, like, why just Taekwondo? Like, why just do, like, exclusively the kicking martial art instead of just, the little bit of everything martial art?
Our legs are naturally the strongest limbs we got.
Yeah, but you're not. There's very few situations where you can just kick your way out of an issue.
Such as?
Humans are meant to thrash.
I would like an example of a situation where you're not.
Oh, I have been
able to
caught
kick.
from my back, and now I am currently being wrapped around. Whatever do I do? I know I should flying jump kick them. Oh wait, they're behind me. Okay,
Kick
let me turn around.
backwards.
Okay, they got me. Oh yeah, kick backwards. Yeah, let me
Hit
just
their
Kick
shin.
backwards.
kick backwards. Yeah, I'm
Well, you
currently
can.
standing up trying to kick backwards. It is very hard because legs do not bend that way normally, and it does not have much force at all. You know, want
Well-
to know what does? Dropping to the floor and being dead weight for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I learned in wrestling. Actually, I mean, yeah, just like drop your weight back and like peel off. Wrestling is actually a pretty good self-defense in order to like get out of being grappled. Now that I think about it.
That's true.
In fact, teach kids wrestling if you want to get them out of as self-defense. It's like half of
Yeah.
wrestling is just like getting out of being grappled in some way or form. Like you're pinned on the ground, what do? You just do like certain things. Then again, there are rules to wrestling.
You could always just kick them in the shin.
Screw it, just make your kid learn judo. I have yet to see
Yeah.
one situation where judo is not helpful.
That's true. I kind of wish I'd gotten
And-
judo instead of taekwondo.
Oh
to be
yeah,
honest.
judo is like so much cooler. Anyways, what was this about video games?
I don't know.
Well, we're going back to video games. What are you
I
trying to
guess
get?
like we can't just start an episode like that and not come to a conclusion. It will just feel like the subway debate.
I thought we just
no.
said that like the different
Oh, yeah.
preferences for the
That
genre
doesn't.
is like an
That one
impossible
doesn't
task.
exist.
Hmm.
So let's just.
it
Okay,
could
we
be
need to
a
come
martial
to an
arts
agreement
fighting
here.
game.
We do. We need to.
We need to come agree on a genre here. So, what are we thinking here? Survival? Is that what we're going with? Or like RPG or
Well, I
fighting?
think 2/3 of us definitely want survival. I think, right?
Okay, and survival is a pretty diverse genre. We can lump something else in there if we can figure
yeah.
that
It
out.
could be like survival and adventure both.
Yeah.
Adventure, survival.
You could do that.
So one of the broadest genres ever. Got it.
That'd be pretty awesome, actually.
Great.
So
Survivor,
basically,
adventure.
an open world survival game is what we're thinking.
Yeah, we should start there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Let's see.
Watch us somehow loop around into just making Subnautica again.
All right. So I'm thinking water,
Oh.
right?
I
Yeah.
still like the idea of it being pirate themed. Like maybe you have to fight off against Davy Jones or something like that.
What
Like
if-
Davy Jones is after you,
Ooh,
so you have to
what,
survive.
yeah, what if you were like being like hunted down by pirates, or like you're inside of like pirate
Ooh.
infested water, and like you just have
Yeah.
like one boat by yourself, or you can get like friends to like help you with the. It's basically Sea of
Yeah.
Thieves, but AI, and you have
Yeah.
to resource manage hard.
Maybe
Yeah.
you
You
actually
have
do
you
have
start
to, like,
out with like
collect-
a really small, crappy boat that over time, as you explore and gain more material, you can build up your boat and upgrade it, and eventually you can, actually start to defend yourself from the pirates instead of just running from them every time they show up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think like
and,
maybe
like,
most of the resource gathering could be like you sneaking onto the pirate ship and taking their
It
resources.
could be
without
that,
them
or
knowing.
like you could be in like a really large archipelago, right? And so at times you can go on through, stop at an island, loot the island, get back on your boat, and continue going.
Yeah. So they can
Yeah.
make sure of Sea of Thieves and Raft.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Pretty
Like,
much.
You can have, like,
But
but
you
what
could
if you
get
could, like, build a home base?
Yeah.
Yeah, just, like, somewhere to, like, hide your ship or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
basically,
let's go
you
to-
can find some cove or
like-
something.
Okay, so I'm thinking here, you start out, like, stranded on an island, like, just with, like, a really banged up dinghy, more or
Mhm.
less. Just, like, or, like, whatever those, like, little one-sail vessels are
Yeah.
for, like, one people.
A rowboat.
No weapons. Not a rowboat. I
Oh.
forget what they're called. It's just, like, a little thing. Anyways,
A canoe. A kayak.
no, it has a sail, dude. Not a kayak. Oh, here I am.
Just a little
Kayak
sailboat.
inside of Caribbean waters. Kayak with a little sail. Okay, but no. So like you just like start there. You have to like explore the island, to, like kind of build up resources to like
Yeah.
get like primitive tools or whatever.
Could start it
Oh,
with,
and you could.
I don't know if you said this, but we could start it with the boat being broken, and you have to get materials
Yeah.
off that initial island to fix it up to initially get out onto the water.
That is exactly
Yeah.
what I was saying.
And there could be some sort of a, I don't know, a
It's like-
level up system with like a skill
I don't
tree.
know. I don't know if I don't like skill trees. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't?
No, skill trees seem like, oh, here's like how you have to improve your game through like this branch of trees. If you
Yeah, it'd
do
be
it wrong
better
and
if you
don't
just
like what
naturally
happened.
become better at the game on your own without just
Yeah,
selecting
Or maybe like
damage boost.
maybe you can like collect certain items that give you certain like enhanced
No,
properties,
no,
but you can
no.
only have so many active at a time, and you collect various different ones you could try to
that's
use.
that's destiny. That's just destiny.
Oh, I was thinking Hollow Knight.
Yeah, no,
No,
not Hollow
I
Knight.
liked
That you
that,
are
though.
talking. You were literally saying exotics from Destiny.
no, I was thinking the Hollow Knight badges. Got so many
Yeah.
slots for
But
the
then
badges.
there's only
and
gonna be like,
everything.
oh, this is like the best way to like put them together or whatever. And like, I don't want like, oh, this is like the best way to do blah blah blah. No, I just want like, you literally have an island, and you literally have like an archipelago to search through. There's only like, there's things after you. You can't
Yeah.
like brute force your way through. You have to become better, or you have to run.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like the badge thing. Like, you could do that, but it won't be like game changing. It'll be like a slight boost, so you don't
Yeah, no,
necessarily
but then-
need that.
That just feels like collectibles after a while. Because it's like,
Maybe.
oh, hey, I already found what I like. But now there's just a bunch of these everywhere. And I just don't like it when games do that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Mhm.
customize your entire thing. And it's just like, I literally don't need these. But okay. Because like, it feels like an added feature that doesn't need to be added. Like with Hollow Knight, yeah, it worked with Hollow Knight. But that's because Hollow Knight is Hollow Knight. It was focused around doing something like that as more or less just a boss rush of a game. In like something like this, that would not work because you are just as strong in the end as you are inside the beginning. What only changed is what you did to help yourself. There's nothing like that you like tacked onto yourself that made you stronger. No, it's just you got stronger stuff. You're not making yourself stronger.
Yeah.
Ah, I see. So like it'd be sort of like Minecraft, where you try to collect better
Yeah,
materials
exactly
for
like
the things you
Minecraft.
have. All right,
Like you don't like get anything added to you to make you stronger. You just surround yourself with stronger stuff.
Sure.
Like you are
Yeah.
just as vulnerable to death as you are inside the beginning. It's just what you have on you now makes
Yep.
you less vulnerable to dying.
Hmm.
That's what I'm thinking
Yeah.
here. Like Hollow Knight, you're just like slowly building yourself up with stuff that makes you far stronger than what you were than before you started. Here, you're literally the same thing. It's just the stuff that you have that can easily be lost or broken that make you stronger. So it's more or less like you have to manage these things rather than just have them. So yeah, that's like what survival games are all about. And again, I will give you a little bit of a break as you haven't played a survival game before.
Well, I mean, I've played Don't Starve Together.
Yeah, that's
And
basically
Minecraft.
kind of what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, as I was thinking, this is the start that I was thinking here. Kind of it's more like a No Man's Sky start, if anything, because
Yeah.
the way that No Man's Sky start is you're on a planet given like absolutely nothing, and your ship is like on fire, and you have to go around, find a bunch of materials, and repair it, and then like the rest of the game opens up immediately.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It could be like you were shipwrecked on an island, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what
trying
we're
to
saying.
That
escape
is
Davy
exactly
Jones.
what we've been saying.
Yeah, as soon as you get your
we have
initial
just-
little
we
boat,
It said like just
continually-
given.
We have continually looped back to exactly what we were saying in the first place.
hey, that's
Several
consistency.
times
It's
over.
better than what we had at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. So
I
basically,
suppose
yeah.
maybe.
But yeah, as
I'm
soon as
too
you get
poor
the
to keep
material
up.
to fix your original boat, the rest of the game opens up and you can start traversing.
But the way I'm thinking it is like you shouldn't like be able to like, oh hey, like you have like you're only gonna spend like an hour on this island, maybe even less, because like then it just feels like there's no reason to go on the islands anymore.
Yeah.
So then you're just kind of hopping island to island, just picking up whatever you need and then leaving immediately. I think there
Yeah.
should be like like a whole crafting system and whatnot. Like the boats,
Maybe.
the way you get around. The islands are what's going to decide. Well, the boats are for getting around and also helping you get much better gear by like stealing them from pirates or
Yeah.
whoever you find.
Could also
Yeah,
have
But
a
the
feature.
islands are going to be
Oop. Could also have a
yeah, but, like,
feature.
I'm-
Whoa. You go. You go.
okay. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm thinking like the islands are more or less just like this is what will keep you alive, while like the ships and stuff are like this is what's gonna get you further.
Yeah.
So-
What's the end goal though?
To either, I'd say probably like to get out, but like in order to get out, you have to go through like the Pirate King or whatever, like
Mhm.
Davy Jones himself.
Davy
Yeah.
Jones. Maybe
Or
like you can. Maybe you have to
you're
search
cursed
for
or
some
something.
special. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to like find some way to break that curse.
Oh yeah, like like Subnautica. We've just looped back to Subnautica because the way you have to beat Subnautica is you have to get to the bottom through all your hard work, collect a bunch of things, and then cure yourself so that you can go home.
Oh
So, like,
yeah.
basically-
Oh, I think
You're
like. Yeah, you
Oh.
have to get the stuff that would break the curse, but like I think at each place where that individual thing, like Davy Jones, would probably know about that, and like every time you grab it, he comes up, and you have to try to escape him with the thing.
like I'm thinking more like Breath of the Wild type thing where
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's I'm not like Breath of the Wild as in
Sure.
like oh yeah those aren't required, they just help. It's more like they'll have like focused areas and whatnot with like different things
Yeah.
going on around them.
Yeah, because
And, like,
naturally, if you had a
Davy
bunch of
Jones-
pirates going around, you'd have an area where this group of pirates stay in this area, this group of pirates stay in this area. If they were to mix, it'd be war.
Yeah, and then like also like oh this could be like a cursed island or whatnot where you have to like go through.
Yeah. I was also
Yeah.
Pirates won't
thinking.
go over here.
I was also
but, like,
thinking
there's,
you
like-
could have a system where by staying at an island, by not sailing your ship, you're less vulnerable to an attack. You're not making as much commotion around the water,
Uh-huh.
so it's significantly
So-
less likely to get attacked.
Oh, because like maybe you can hide from the pirates and they won't see you.
Yeah, that would encourage. Staying
Otherwise,
on the
they'll come
islands.
and get you.
Yeah, like pirates won't like follow. Well, pirates, I mean like. I'm thinking like, but what if like they were able to like get onto the islands? No, I feel like islands should be like the safe spot.
Well,
but they might be too safe.
Well,
I'd-
maybe
I'd
they would
say-
send like small
I'd-
excursions into the islands to get you.
I would say if you're being actively chased by pirates, if you just go to an island, they're gonna unload onto the island and find you on land. But as soon as you've safely lost the pirates at sea, you can go to an island and be safe, or at least mostly safe from an attack.
Yeah, or like
Yeah,
what if
that
the
sounds
pirates
good.
could like get onto like the island? Like they'll search the island for you, and you have to evade them.
Like randomly, or if you're being chased.
Like if you're being chased and you flee onto the island.
Yeah, that's
they'll,
exactly what I
get
was-
onto the island too.
What I was thinking. If you are just
Oh, I was thinking like you bombard them.
that too, but yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
saying.
like
If you're
maybe you
being
can set up
chased-
traps.
If you're being, you could do that, yeah. Like if you're being chased by the pirates, you can't just get an island and be safe. You get to the island, they're gonna send out some boats so they can get you by foot.
Yeah, But like if you either like kill all the pirates somehow or evade them long enough, they'll just lose interest and leave.
Yeah.
It's like like you'll have to fight your way. Yeah, run, hide, or fight your way out of it.
There could be boss islands where like that's like this certain pirate. The captain's like this is like their base of operation or like their main island, maybe where they keep all their treasure. You know, it's like a very secure, protected island. And by getting to that island, that would like progress something in the story.
Yeah,
Sure,
and then like the final boss island could be like Davy Jones' like undead pirate crew or something like that.
Yeah, just like I'm
an
not
undead
sure about
crew
like
would be
boss
cool.
islands. Like, I feel like like undead crew, Davy Jones, like final act type thing. That might be cool. Or like you have to like go through his entire like army in order to like get to the one spot that can free you of your curse or like do whatever thing that you need to do. Or
maybe like that's where the last thing to break the curse is, and then you have to go to some special highly defended cave to actually like face up against Davy Jones with that item.
I know Davy Jones would be in the water.
Yeah, in the water.
I think that like having your like last item be locked behind like a certain boss fight, where like you have to like go do like different things. Because open world, I feel like, especially in survival, I don't think it goes well with you have to go like here, then here in this specific order. Because like Subnautica somewhat does that. Like, you have to like get all of these, but like there's like a lot of locations you can go to get those, and each one has like their own like type of mood. There's only like a few points where you have to go to like certain locations.
Maybe we could make it so that there's no particular order to how you have to collect the things, except like maybe just the last piece with the undead crew is just that has to be the last one, but all the others can be done
That's another
in
part of
order.
like Breath of the Wild that I was thinking about. Just you can like do any of these in like whatever order you feel like. Like some may be tougher than others, but it's up to you, man.
Awesome.
But like the last piece is always going to be like the last piece, and it's always going to have like a certain like boss fight or whatever.
Yep.
This is sounding pretty awesome so far. And it'd be like multiplayer too, right? So you could have like a bunch of so people could like help each other through that.
Dude, that would be great multiplayer, having a crew.
Oh yeah.
And like you can also
there could be like a
set up base of
selection
operations on like an island.
There could be like a selection of different characters available to choose, which had their own like slightly different thing that they do better than the others. Yeah, it would make the whole team aspect work better.
I don't know. Like, I don't really feel that highly about like certain characters being locked into like certain positions based on what boosts they get.
I could
like,
see it if
RPG.
I could see it if they were all fully independent. Like if you were playing by yourself, you could choose any character and you'd be perfectly fine. But they have a few abilities that make some things easier. I wouldn't say giving them disabilities, but they do have some abilities. So if you're playing by yourself,
character.
That is exactly what I'm talking about, dude. Just like, you don't have like anything going against you, but you're just like good at these things.
Yeah.
So it just feels like when you play as these characters, you should focus on doing these things instead of just being able like, you can do like whatever you want this person. Like you're not gonna be like rewarded more by doing this. You're gonna be rewarded the same by doing anything else. So you feel like you have more options rather than just I'm just good at this, so I should probably only focus on this.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe we could make it be like a slight difference. So it's like it's noticeable enough that you might want to go for that, but it doesn't really do much.
Yeah, like what I was saying, each player is really independent. They just have a few things that could help in a certain situation.
Better.
I just feel like it should come more naturally, like certain roles or whatnot, if it's like a multiplayer aspect.
Like maybe you could build a character that is more geared towards something.
Well, no, like you can build your play style towards that. Like there's nothing with nothing like stats wise that will like lead you to like this end or that end. No, it's more like you just like playing this way. Well, here's a lot of ways you can play this way. Play the way that you feel like it that way.
With the different characters, though, you could do that. Like you could just choose the character that
but then,
plays slightly more to the way you want.
But like, if you don't know what way you want to play and you choose a character, then you'll feel like you have to play that way because otherwise you're not properly using them. That's just a big issue I have with RPG games that do that.
Well, then maybe each character should have also one slight disability to make up for that, and then there could be one character that's all around equal at everything.
That just worsens it, if you ask me. I just feel like everybody should have like even playing grounds. Like, oh yeah, everybody can like do farming or like do combat or like do exploration or do whatever they feel like. Nobody's better at it than anyone else. It's just specific players with their ability, like in the game wise, should be able to like naturally gravitate to doing it better than other players. It's like there's nothing in the game that's making you worse at doing it than anyone else doing it. However, it's just you yourself that makes you either better or worse at it. Because you look at Minecraft, for example, again, Minecraft, like anybody can like fish or fight or mine or farm or whatever, but like the way that the player actually plays the game decides on how good they are at it. So like, yeah, everybody can like do PvP, but only certain players who really like doing PvP and will focus on doing PvP will be good at PvP. And anybody can mine, but players who like focus more on mining and are good at mining do that because they are good at mining, not because they have something added to their to themselves before they start mining in order to like make them better at it.
There's also enchantments in Minecraft, though.
Yeah, that's true.
And anybody
maybe we
can
could
have
do
access to any enchantment. Which, yeah, that's something that maybe you can do. Like, oh yeah, you can like add modifications to your gear in order to like lean this way, but like each option is still available.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier when building it. Like the things you choose to have or the items that you choose to craft, you can craft an item that would be more geared towards something.
Yeah, like I just thought about a game, Sniper Ghost Warrior. It's basically just like a contract killer game where you have like one specific target. It's kind of like Hitman, sort of, but instead with a sniper rifle. And the way that you can play the game can be like one of three ways. Kind of like it's basically just like how the exact way the game's named. It's like you can go sniper, basically just focus like long range and whatnot. You can go ghost, like through silently working your way through to kill them without anybody noticing, or warrior, where you just go in guns blazing, the easiest but also hardest option. So, like you can kind of do it like that. Like you can like sneak around, board ships quietly, loot quietly, and whatnot. So like basically they don't even notice you. Like it won't be a problem if they never find you. You can like run away, like be really good at evasion and whatnot, and like know where to go, have like a lot of spots that are safe and just move fast. Or you can fight back with like upgraded ships or whatnot with a bunch of weaponry.
Oh yeah, the ships could be sort of like the combat system. Like give them awesome cannons. Maybe like require that you be really good at sailing the ship in a specific, so that it's good for combat. I don't know.
Yeah, you could definitely have stuff where it's like you could have sails that are faster, but you could also have sails that are more stealthy. Like they create less of like, like because I would imagine that a sail would make a bit of sound.
They do.
Yeah, it would be more the ship that's making sound.
Or the ship, yeah.
It's like you can upgrade like the hull or whatnot.
Yeah, regardless, you could make changes to your ship that lean it in certain directions.
Yeah, you make ones that are faster and ones that steer better, ones that maybe have better cannons.
I think that's a big thing of this game is customization in a way that you're not locked into and that doesn't make a detriment of other aspects. It just leans you in one direction or another.
Like, you can't, like, the way that you progress, it doesn't, like, punish you if you're doing something else.
Yeah, you're not punished in any way.
It's, like, rewarded by the way that you wanted to play. Instead of just, like, hey, you picked something like this, so you should probably play like this. Yeah. Instead of just, like, hey, you want to play like this. Here's a way to help you play like this.
Yeah, instead of, like, you can do this, but this will happen. It's, you can do this, and this will happen.
Yeah.
It's like that's a big. It's just a big gripe I have today with like modern RPG games, like Diablo 4. It's just like, oh hey, like I want to have like a lot of health. Oh, so you're gonna play barbarian? But I also like ranged stuff. Oh, yeah, we can't help you there because barbarian, yeah, he's the guy with all the health and whatnot. Oh, but you want to play from a distance. We can't really help you there. Whatnot. Oh, okay. Well, can I have a lot of crowd control? If you play barbarian, yes, but I still want to play at a distance. So no. So you have to like take pros and cons. Or like, hey, I want to be support, but I also want to do like up close support. Oh, we can't really help you there. Just like, oh yeah, you have to play this character if you want to do the most support, but if you can't really do up close or whatnot. It's just a gripe I have with RPGs.
Yeah, there could be definite options where, like, definite obvious ways that you can 100% fully lean in, but you can also swap out a few things to lean a bit in the other direction at the same time.
Yeah, it's just like the way that you play is slowly the way that the game is played, type thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
I can
recap on what we're thinking.
Yeah, we got some awesome stuff going on.
So, survival game where you have to like manage resources, hop on islands, collect things, or steal from pirates in order to get like all your gear. And the way that you play the game is shaped entirely by you, like the objects you pick, the items that you collect, all the upgrades you do to like your ship. Yeah,
and it's
basically like your path. And there's like. It's never like told the way that like you can do it like this or like this or like this. It's just like through like the way that you observe. Oh hey, if I kill them all, then all of a sudden they'll stop hunting me and I'll get a lot of stuff. Or hey, if I hide from them, then I'll never have to worry about being killed by the pirates. Or hey, if I get really good at running away, I can basically get away with whatever I feel like. Like it's just a way that you naturally find out how you can play the game.
Yeah,
that does sound pretty awesome. All right, what are we going to call this masterpiece?
Well, I usually, when it comes to naming things, I like to name something at the very end.
Like after it's actually been made?
Not after it's already been made, but after like all the aspects have been decided on and all the ideas are there.
Yeah.
Well,
so
what aspects are there left to do?
There's quite a bit.
I'd say the ending is.
The ending. We also haven't discussed. The only thing we've discussed about the enemies and how they work is if they'll chase you and where.
Yeah, I feel like their pirates are going to be like patrolling the open waters and whatnot.
Yeah.
Maybe controlling a few islands, but I also feel like there should be like cursed enemies.
Definitely, yeah. There should also be like
stuff.
Sea creatures that can attack you too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a
Far Cry
kraken
type stuff.
Yeah. I'd also say it'd be pretty interesting if like just like a small patrol ship finds you, they might like sail away, and it seems like you're safe, but they're bringing back a larger attack force.
Oh,
yeah, like if
scout
they find
ships.
like your home base.
Yeah, like if you see like a ship circling your base, that's how you know that an attack is coming.
So like, you can either like fortify or run away or take out the ship itself.
Yeah,
to prevent.
That would kind of be cool if like every so often a really big attack comes, and if you're not ready, you just have to up and leave.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty awesome.
It's just like punishing you for not being like keen on your surroundings.
Yeah,
and like
but then the next time
not gonna know.
You should be ready.
It's kind of like a harsh lesson to players type thing, where like, oh hey, if you don't pay attention. Like, oh hey, like this is your first time you ever had to deal with a scouting ship. Now all your stuff is gone, so now you know what to do when you see this. If you haven't picked up on it yet, then you're gonna have to learn.
Yeah.
It's like, It's also can like help incentivize like the whole hide type thing, because like then players can like lean towards hiding their bases into like certain areas and whatnot, like deeper within to the jungle or like behind like a waterfall or something or in a cave.
It can also incentivize creating protections for your base, setting down traps or something.
It's kind of like the beach would be like the easiest place to set up, but it'd also be like the most. It can, just kind of.
It's super obvious if you do it on the beach. Yeah.
The beach
Yeah,
would be
kinda
easy
like-
to set up, but you could easily get bombarded.
Yeah, it's like a natural like trade-off type thing.
Yeah. But if you go into the jungle, it'd be really hard to set up, but it'd also be hard for them to get to you and to attack and steal.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's more hidden, so they wouldn't get any clues
Yeah.
necessarily.
So back to what I was thinking about, like with the enemies. There should be like more than like one enemy type. So
Yeah.
like you got the pirates, the wildlife, but then also like a cursed pirate type thing where they're just like
Yeah.
undead, like
Yep.
Davy Jones' army or
Mhm.
whatever. But they're like locked onto certain islands where their ships will only like patrol around those islands, and if you see them, then like you'll know, oh, that's where like the really good stuff is.
Mhm.
But,
Yeah, there could be like some ghostly island that just randomly appears and disappears at different spots.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Like a ghostly island. It's like heavily guarded by Davy
The
Jones
undead.
Yeah.
fleet. But if you go on there and like you can like loot the island and get like really good stuff off of it, or like a lot of resources.
Yeah, like the in-game lore could be like on those islands or like the loot from sunken ships.
Yeah, and they're
Mhm.
basically just like, oh, these were islands once controlled by Davy Jones, but when he felt the curse, the islands fell with him.
Yeah.
So it's like
Ooh.
the Lost Archipelago type thing.
Huh.
Maybe each, because I'm thinking we'd have like different pirate factions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe each faction has like a unique thing about them.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Oh.
like one of them is a lot more aggressive on like land.
Yeah.
One of them will like try to board your ships or whatever.
Yeah, you
Or
have
maybe
to
the
change your
whole
play
island
style.
system. Like the
Yeah.
whole island system could maybe be like some cursed archipelago, and so each different faction of pirates has their own specific curse that affected them in a certain
Mm.
way.
Ooh, they could all have their own curse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Maybe. I do like them each having their own styles of
Like, then it's just,
interacting
like,
with the
really-
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it should focus on like interactions. So just like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like they have this and whatever. Because then it just feels like, oh,
Yeah.
it's this kind of enemy instead of just, oh,
Yeah.
it's these guys.
It's these guys. We got to
Yeah.
change the way we play to effectively combat them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, yeah, like they do things just like a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Like one of these are more aggressive. One of these have better fortified islands.
Yeah.
One of
one,
these
Maybe
guys
one of
have a lot
them
more scouting.
Is yeah.
yeah, one of them might be more localized towards islands, and they have like a few scouting ships. And when they see you, they'd prefer to run back to their fortified island than attack you there in the water.
Yeah, and then like others will have like be like mostly like water based.
Mhm.
Like their islands don't really have much, but like their ships have a lot on them.
Yeah.
So like have to
There'd be, like,
incentivize you.
A main ship
Either-
surrounded by smaller ones.
Yeah, you'll have to like stay
Yeah.
to the islands with them because they hardly ever look at the islands, rather look at the sea. Or you can
Yeah.
focus on their ship if you're going to go raiding. However, it's
Yeah.
just going to be a much harder ship. And then there's also like another one who try to like spread out as much as they can. Like overall, they're just weak, but there's like a lot of them. So like they'll like cover a bunch of islands. Nothing
Mhm.
like really set up well.
They could
Ships
maybe
aren't
be
really
like the
that well.
grunt of the game.
Yeah, but like,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
so many of them that they're just an issue.
Yeah.
It's like a swarm.
it.
What
would be
what
kinda
could
cool
be
of-
like? We both get quiet.
Oh,
Yeah. You, Cameron, you go first.
yeah.
Oh, me first. All right.
Yeah.
So like, Chike, you said something about like a curse affecting the way they interact with us. What could be like an example of some?
Not necessarily
Way
a
that their
curse, just
individual
like
curse
they
change
interact
that.
differently.
Yeah.
Like I would say
Oh.
that like when you get like if the pirates raid your island, like it's just like a random raid, they show up. It would usually be the same faction, like a really aggressive one that's going out and raiding islands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like let's just like give them like different colors. Like blue
Yeah.
is like the defending one. Red,
Red
is
would
like the
come to
aggressive
you.
one.
Yeah.
And then yellow is just
Ah.
like a bunch of the grunt one. So yeah, basically
Sure.
you're
And
more
there could be like
likely to
other
get spotted.
factions in there maybe.
Like
Yeah.
you're more, let's say like the whole like island type thing with your base on it. you're more likely to be attacked by the Reds because be absolutely devastated by them.
Yeah.
On like the water, but your island is more or less quite safe to them since they don't really care what's on an island. They care what's on your boat, and if they can steal your boat, type thing. That's what I'm thinking. But the Blues, like they'll hardly find your island too. However, once they do, they will devastate your island with just a pure volley of attack.
Yeah, like once they find you, they'll come back.
Like yeah, they'll come back. Like they'll like absolutely
like they'll be relentless.
They'll be like relentless with the invasion. They'll
and if you can
completely
prove
bombard
yourself,
your island.
if you can prove that you can defend, they might back off a bit.
Yeah, even like the yellows, they'll probably find your island the most, but they'll be like the easiest to fend off.
Yeah, it'll be like one or two small ships that you can deal with.
Yeah, and it's like you're not going to get the whole fleet since like there's so many of them. They're so disconnected from each other somehow. So yeah, there's a lot, but they don't really communicate.
It would be cool if occasionally you could stumble upon like two factions fighting each other.
Oh yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Maybe there would be a strategy where like you have one faction chasing you and you lead them to like another faction's like island where they have all their loot, and you can use that as a distraction to get on there.
Like maybe you can discover certain ones that are allies or neutral or enemies to each other, and you yeah.
Anyways, I feel like the quest items that you should be like looking for should not have anything to do with the factions. Like the factions should be there in order to be like, oh hey, these are a threat, but what I need is somewhere else. So like these are the things in my way.
It would also be interesting if items each time the game is set up are randomly distributed, so you can't use the same strategy to get the same items.
Yeah, that's like the one thing I don't like about Subnautica. It's like, oh yeah, all the stuff is here, 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 and here.
Yeah.
Or like the forest is just like, yeah, the katana's here, the modern axe is here. If you want the bow, it's over here. It's just like, nah, just spread it up over here. They just have like a higher chance of spawning here, here, or here.
If there were tutorials, it wouldn't be like, go here, do this. It would be, here's a strategy to get this.
One survival game that I can think of that does this perfectly is The Long Dark, where it's basically just like a winter survival game where there's like a bunch of indoor areas and whatnot to loop through. Like certain things are only inside like certain places, but like none of them are required to beat the game. So like, you'll get like a pry bar here that will allow you to like open up certain things. However, you don't need it. And it's only randomly available. Just when you find it, it just unlocks a lot more for you. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, surely some things should be locked to certain islands.
Yeah.
But overall, like, the gear that you would need, you'll either have to make yourself, or you're going to have to, like, get out of your comfort zone in order to, like, get the best gear.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be really cool seeing like a power progression. As you get more powerful, the more and more you can take on. The things that would frighten you and just send you running, you're going on facing them head on. You're chasing the pirates now instead of the other way around.
Yeah. Ooh, and there could be like, since all the pirates are like there, cursed to be at that cursed archipelago, maybe Davy Jones and his undead crew occasionally just during the night of a full moon or something like that come in and start raiding like everywhere, pretty much.
Oh, I do like that idea.
Yeah,
I just don't like the idea of all of them be like, oh, like they're all cursed to be like stuck in this one archipelago. No, I think they should be like they're all there because they're pirates, and that's just what they do.
Yeah.
But they're there because like there's a treasure there that they're all like going to war against, like some One Piece type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd
like
be
Davy
awesome.
Jones. Like you're just there, like they're focused on like.
You're there because of Davy Jones, but they're there to get Davy Jones stuff.
Yeah, they're looking for Davy Jones. It's a locker. You're looking for Davy Jones in order to like break your curse that he has on you or something. Like your ship did something to like offend him or kind of like did something against him, so he just like shipwrecked you on the island and like cursed you to like die over and over again, like not granting you death until like you can break his curse, like Like,
Yeah.
oh, what if like when like your curse is broken and then you finally are able to leave, which like symbolizes leaving like purgatory or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, dude, like the whole "oh, you were in purgatory the whole time" type ending.
Oh, that'd be very interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Inaccurate, but interesting. Hmm.
and then,
It just
Well, no,
cuts
it's-
to like a sunken ship with your body in the boat. Yeah, you were dead the whole time.
no,
Oh,
like
no.
it just cuts back to like that first scene where you're on the island, just like kind of like probably unconscious or whatever. Like normally at the beginning of the game, you'd like wake up, cough like a bunch of water out of your mouth, like kind of like that normal typical shipwreck type beginning. However, this time it's the exact same scene, but instead where the part where you're supposed to wake up, you just don't, and it cuts to black.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like that's what I think like the ending cutscene would be.
Mm.
I don't know.
You've been released.
Hmm.
What do you mean you don't know, Cameron?
Well, I think it'd be cooler if the character got to live on afterward.
No, I think.
But like the whole thing though is that you're trapped here, and there's not really a world established outside of this archipelago.
Yeah.
Like,
So
kind of
like
like you're just surrounded by like
the only
a
other
fog or whatever.
yeah the
to
only
just, like,
other
lock you
ending
in.
would be that like the fog clears and you sail off into the distance.
I'd be fine with that, actually, myself.
I guess it sort of has a similar feel.
Yeah, it just I
'Cause
think
then-
like the whole like death should be like true ending
True
type
ending.
thing.
Oh, yeah, there
Like-
could be multiple endings, maybe.
Like if you, I don't know, like defeat Davy Jones or whatever.
There
It's
could
like
be
instead
different
of just, like,
endings
breaking your
depending on the
code.
things you achieved throughout the playthrough.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
you like defeat the
That'd be
bandit
awesome.
captains or whatever, then like you can like live out the rest of your time on the islands,
Mhm.
free from both Davy Jones and the pirates, kind of just swarming it. Or if you like just break your curse, you like get to leave. Or if you like defeat Davy Jones and break your curse, then it will like cut to like you actually like being dead and finally being at rest or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say if you like
Yeah, this-
100% all the achievements and like quest items, that's what releases you permanently.
Like, yeah, Davy
Oh.
Jones is just like the one thing holding you back. Because like you'll still like live the rest of your life in purgatory. Like, what if like you go sail out into the distance,
Wait.
live a whole life, and then finally die, but you wake up back on the island that you started on? Like symbolize like you're not
Yeah.
over, you're not done, you're still
Oh.
here.
'Cause that would push one to go ahead and try for the 100% just to get
Like,
the
yeah.
whole story.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
that would be so cool.
there could be like a
Oh.
there could be a hard mode where each time you die, you just 100% reset. Like the only
Yeah.
way to win is
Oh.
to go through, beat everything without dying.
Dude, that would be so
Ooh,
cool.
boy.
Way to
That'd be
do
the
it.
nightmare
Yeah.
mode, basically.
Because then with that mode, right, you finally beat Davy Jones and you don't wake up again. You're
Yeah,
just
like-
released.
Mhm.
There's certain like the quest items or whatnot. Like there's like one last hidden quest item from it that's I don't know. It would be like you have to go find Davy Jones's locker in order to like find the one thing that is keeping Davy Jones still alive, and you'll have to like use it in order to like face him and like kill Davy Jones forever. Then you free your curse, and then it'll like just cut to you dead on a beach with like kind of like just like a glow or whatever, like your
Mhm.
soul leaving your body or something into like a
Hmm.
light, and it just like cuts to black after that.
And
Yeah.
maybe that could sort of lead into a series where maybe it's a series of different levels of purgatory, technically.
Are you
So, yeah,
setting
where it's
up
just
a
like-
sequel right now?
Yeah.
Like, okay, like if there is a sequel, you can't just like do the same scenario. It's just like different places again and
No,
again.
no, no,
and
no.
again.
You just hit a different seed on the generator.
No,
Yes.
but I'm thinking like if there are like any sequels, it's just like this time. Oh, you're like in the frozen tundra or whatever.
Yeah, that's sort of
Like,
what I was
you
thinking.
have to
It's a
fight against,
completely
like,
different place and objective, but
Mhm.
yeah,
you
That'd
have
be
to
cool.
fight scavengers.
I feel like that'd be more of a
Whatnot.
DLC.
Yeah, DLC type thing.
maybe.
Okay, so I
Hmm.
feel like we have the game pretty fleshed out. Like, obviously, not like super fleshed out, but
Yeah.
fleshed out enough. I
Yeah.
feel like if somebody ever does listen to this and is a game designer, actually, wait, no, Chico,
Listen,
stop
I'm
whatever you're doing on
right
that
here.
game. Chico,
Yeah.
This whole time I've
Make
been
this
like,
game right
maybe
now.
I should do this. This is pretty good.
Shike,
Stop making
yeah,
whatever
make
game
this
you
game,
were
man.
making. All right, I want you to make.
I
I
could.
want you to make
I
Breath
should.
of the No Man's Sea.
Breath of the No Man's Sea.
Because that's
No.
what this is.
The only name that came to mind while we were talking about this would just be the Archipelago, which is kind of like the forest, but I don't
Like
know.
the forest, or just like.
We can
that's
come up
the-
with a better name.
Yeah.
Maybe something that has to do with Davy Jones, since that's like that's the
No, I don't think it should.
important part of the
that's,
story.
No, I think
That's
the
literally
name
just a
shouldn't have
Diablo
to.
approach.
Yeah, I don't think the name should like tell you about the story. You learn the story purely through playing the game. I feel like I feel like the whole
Alright.
Davy Jones thing should be something you discover while you're playing the game. That shouldn't be like hour one. Your objective is I got to go kill Davy Jones. You don't even know what your objective is at all. You don't even know that you're in this purgatory type thing. That's something you discover.
Ooh.
Well,
Castaway.
then, oh, so like
Ooh,
you just start out with
Yeah.
nothing.
that could be a good idea. Castaway.
Castaway, yeah. It's like your soul
I
has
don't-
more or less been cast away from like the
Yeah.
beyond or whatever.
Hmm.
Like that's
That's
like the hidden
interesting.
meaning behind it. Like the actual thing
Yeah.
is like you've been shipwrecked, but then like you learn more and more about like your surrounding and like the true ending. Like your soul has just been cast away from whatever it is. Like you are literally stranded here.
Mhm.
There is
Like
no
maybe
way.
maybe you're not fulfilling a deal with Davy Jones in your life, made it so he sort of owns you, so you can't move on.
Maybe
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 you
that's
deal
like the
with him
curse.
or something.
Yeah. Hmm.
like,
Food
maybe,
for
like,
thought.
You lived your life as a pirate. Like
Mhm.
that's just like the life that most pirates face. It's like you're the only one who knows that you're in purgatory.
Yeah.
All the other pirates there, they're just living their lives as pirates as far as they're concerned. That's why they don't stop coming.
Awesome.
And like, oh, like the actual pirates, like those pirates, like all the grunts and whatnot on the ships, those aren't actually real people or anything. They
Only
are
the
all just-
captains are real.
yeah, only the captains are real. They're
Mhm.
like actual pirate captains who live like pirate lives and died that way. So
Yeah.
now they're stuck in the same punishment.
It could literally be like Captain Blackbeard and Captain Redbeard and stuff like that.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is great.
Really
You know,
awesome so far.
Partway through
So
the
GK
episode, I was kind of worried, like, crap, we're not doing too good. Come up with ideas, but this is great. This is gold.
Yeah. We just have like really slow starts when it comes to episodes.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
It takes us about 20 minutes to find our footing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe Chike can like edit out the first 20 minutes to get to
No,
the
we should
good
just
stuff.
put a disclaimer. Skip 20 minutes into the episode if you want good content.
Nah,
Yes.
You just gotta skip through like yeah, I'm not sure parts
Yeah.
and just like start moving. It's like,
Yeah.
obvious.
We can't
That
help
is
it.
just-
It's uncontrolled.
I'll just set that first part to like 2 times speed.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da. It's uncontrolled, you say. Da 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 da.
Oh no! Well, Chike, you need to make the game now.
I
Yeah,
honestly
do it. I'm
really
sorry.
should.
Like, what
Do
game
it.
are you making me feel?
I'll help in any way I can.
I
That'd
wasn't
be awesome.
sure I was gonna like add components and let it happen, but because I hadn't like sat down and like fleshed something out like we just did. But now we've just
But
fleshed
it-
out a game, and I was thinking I wasn't fully sure what game I wanted to make. Well, now I have a
GK?
game.
Yeah.
Be honest with me. Did you just use this to come up with an
Hey,
idea?
hey, hey, hey! Come on,
Oh.
you wouldn't. You You wouldn't.
You.
You. I wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't think of me to stoop so low.
Exactly. This sounds
Come on,
exactly
Chike.
like what you did.
Would I stoop so low as to get free labor
Yes.
and ideas out of you guys?
Yes.
Chike,
Absolutely.
you already know that we come up with some of the dumbest yet best ideas.
But
Listen,
it becomes good because
once you parse through the nonsense, you get a gem in the middle.
yeah.
And that gem I found
gold
and I'm
panning.
probably going to use.
Watch them just launch this game. It becomes like the next like Raft or Forest or Subnautica.
You see
Which is
Markiplier,
like
Wade, and
awesome.
Bob playing it.
Hello,
Yeah.
just like hello everyone. My name is Markiplier. Yeah, Mark, Wade, and Bob. That's it. You gotta pitch these. You gotta pitch it to these three, and it's like, boom.
Yeah. This would
Listen,
count as an indie
if your
game, wouldn't it?
survival game gets
Oh,
played
yeah.
by those three, you know you've made it.
Oh yeah. That's our goal now.
To get Markiplier's attention.
That's the whole point of this podcast.
To see if
To
how
get,
quickly
to
we
get
can get his
sued by the
attention.
people who own
We should-
Distractable.
We should begin every episode with just so many days since since the beginning trying to get Mark's attention.
No, days since starting. Days since starting. It's just like
Day
Days,
32 of trying to get Mark's attention through a podcast.
Yeah.
day
That'd be
32
great.
of nobody realizing we just stole from some podcasts. Day 32 since anybody realized that we stole from Chuckle Sandwich or Distractable. It's just like slowly gets higher and higher until like, hey, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
And we get sued and die.
0 days
Just-
since they realized what we stole.
That'd be great. I'm poor already, so it's fine.
Wait, what?
If they sue me, it's fine. I'm already poor.
That's not how that works.
That's definitely.
Then you
how
just
it
owe them
works.
more money.
That's called debt.
It won't. It won't change the way I live.
Well, he's not wrong necessarily.
See, yeah, I got this figured out.
I'm just gonna be poor squared.
Yes.
Mega
And
poor.
each new time I get sued adds a power to it.
Go to
I'm
the mega
poor.
poor zone.
The mega poor zone. Well,
I
you
am
know,
poor to the sixth power.
I think with that, we've found our way to the end of the episode.
Yes.
Wow.
Through $1 million idea.
$1 million idea.
Yes, I expect to get $1 million out of this.
We
Yeah,
have
okay.
copyright over this idea. You can't take it, or we will sue you with the lawyers that we definitely have.
Also, Chike, I'm just gonna say, I expect royalties.
We
did
can use our
plan
own
out, like-
voices for these, right?
If and when I make the
We can-
game, in the credits for it, the first two things in just giant bold letters from the minds of Chet and Cameron.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, just a URL for
A URL for this
content.
episode.
Yeah,
That would be
exactly.
amazing. Let's do it. That's part of our plan. We should write this stuff down.
We've
Bro,
recorded
we are
it.
literally recording this.
Oh, yeah,
Why
that's
would we
right.
write it down.
Because it's easier and quicker to just read it than it is to listen to it over the course
Because
of
it's
an hour.
easier for me to access. It's easier for me to access without poor connection.
Yeah, he can read
Maybe.
offline.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
I don't have to use my horrible internet to read.
if you enjoyed this
Same.
episode, feel free to follow on Spotify, share, and tell your friends because we dearly appreciate
Please
it.
do.
And also
Yeah.
play the game that we just came up with when it
Play the
comes
game
out.
when it comes out.
Play the game.
I'm really
Or
hoping that
else.
like sometime in the future, if and when this game is out, someone's listening to this episode and like, wait, that's where this game came from?
Well, wait, they'll know because the
Episode 3 of Uncontrolled Content.
Wow. So early on, we already have like $1 million hit coming for us.
Yeah.
And with that,
if Chike does it.
we will see you next time.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone. Try not to die.
Try not to die. Why is that a struggle?